We got the People's Advocacy, and then folks who are watching us on Facebook Live, thank you very much. And if you want to join us, I think you're going to want to join this show because we have a super fantastic special guest, and she's already in the building. The model, author, writer, just all around good person. I've been hearing nothing but wonderful things about her. Sheena is in the house, and the crowd goes wild. Yes, she's going to tell us about modeling, writing, and everything Sheena today. But before we get that, I want to also check in with Mr. Sonny B. Sutherland Sr., who's in the house. What's up, Sonny? How's it going? All right.
It's going great. It's going great.
Oh, yeah. You can check out Sonny. He does a fantastic show on Thursday. It's called I Ain't Having It. I mean, he's like our in-house troll. Not troll, but what do you call it, Sonny? How would you call it? He's like, he keeps everything spicy. Like when our shows kind of get unspiced, he just comes and he'll just says,
I just keep it 100.
Yeah. 100.
Whatever you say.
Well, he keeps it 100, Sonny 100. And so anyway, his show comes on every Thursday without fail, and it's between 10 and midnight. 10 and midnight here on the GoPro Radio Network, and it's called I Ain't Having It because he ain't having it. It's going to be a really, really great show this week, I heard. I heard he's cooking up something hot. So it's going to be smoking here on the GoPro Radio Network. All right, Sonny, good to see you in the house. Oh, by the way, folks that are on Facebook, if you want to join the conversation, we made it super fast and easy to do so. Dream, you want to tell them how they can do that?
Oh, man, we made it super simple for everybody. Listen, all you have to do is hit GoProRadio.com. There's the little join live button. You hit that, come right in the Zoom call with us.
Right.
Don't be shy. Say hi.
That's right. You can see that lovely.
Don't be shy.
Look at Sheena's smile. Oh, my goodness. Come on, you can meet Sheena and you can ask her questions. That's the benefit of watching us here in I call this the virtual VIP room. This is the virtual VIP. Everybody in here is a VIP. So if you want to join the virtual VIP room, just go to GoProRadio.com, like Dream said, and hit that join live button. It's going to bring you right into the room, and you can talk to Sheena. You can say hello. You can network. By the way, folks, the chat is already live, so you guys can put comments in the chat. This is a networking opportunity as well, and we want people to network as well. So folks can go ahead and do that. All right. So I'm ready to jump on in.
Let me hold on. Let me give her the proper introduction.
That's right. Go ahead.
All right. So this is Sheena Aaron, born in Queens, raised in, ironically, Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. All right. She's a model. She's an author. She's a writer. She's a photographer. She's a stylist. She's doing everything under the sun. Give a warm welcome, everybody, for Sheena.
Yeah, and the crowd goes wild. All right. Welcome. What a nice introduction. I didn't know. So she has that Southern way then too, right? How much time did you spend in the South?
Well, actually, I've been in the South over 10 years. So,
okay.
But yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, in between, so.
I have to say, you have a wonderful smile. Your eyes smile along
so
with
radiant.
You. Yes, I know. It's like today. Today was like a beautiful day, and her smile was like today, a beautiful day. It was warm. It was really special. It just felt special in here. I guess it's because we've had all that iffy weather. We've had a couple of warm days, but today was really, the sun was out. It was really great, especially during the afternoon. I had a chance. I was in Midtown, and I had an opportunity to really enjoy the sun. Please tell us also the things that people don't know about you. One of the things when people watch this show, we want to say, hey, we discovered this about Sheena. She said this on our program. Tell us something that no one really quite knows about you.
That's a tough one. You're starting off tough.
There you go. And then it gets easier. It's all downhill from here.
Yeah, I would say that I'm a big advocate for testing out wellness products. So I I used to work for Europa Sports, so I'm big
Mm.
on wellness and supplements, so things like that, along with working out. So that's a little known fact.
Okay.
We can dig a little deeper as we go, but
That's
that's
nice. That's nice and safe. That's good. That's good. I like that. All
that
right.
that
Okay. Okay.
definitely is a safe one. Okay, okay.
mhm.
Now, see, Tyler asked, the very like thought-provoking questions. I like to throw the curveballs.
Yeah, I'll take your curveball.
Okay, now you being 5'2",
Hmm.
um, joining the model industry, like how, other than like having to pretend that you're taller and buying super high heels, like what challenges did you face early on,
I
especially since they weren't as upset as accepting?
Yeah, I would say first of all, I love a challenge. I mean, along with that comes like the act of learning the power of no. So a lot of times when somebody tells you no, it just for me it activates me. It activates something in me to prove that I belong in that space. So if there's ever like a pause, I will try to make my way through. So being too short wasn't a deterrent for me, honestly. It was a motivator.
Mm,
Pretty much
okay, okay.
showed me to be.
Now, did you start as a author? Did you start as a model? Tell everybody the story.
I actually started as a promotional model around 2010. So working events, I worked NASCAR events, promo events for Red Bull, anything that was where you work in a tight knit group on promo modeling, and that allows for a size range. Like you could be pretty much any type of person and get cast for a promotional modeling role. And then I worked with a few photographers and then got into the modeling aspect, but I've always had a passion for styling and fashion. So it just kind of like worked together into that. And the authorship, like I went to school for communications and English. So the writing was along the way. And I kind of, once I got to the point where I decided I wanted to become a life coach, I started writing my material for that. That paired well with that.
Okay.
Hmm.
What is the name of the book? What and is it on Amazon and where we can get diapers and
Yes.
Pampers and is it
So
everywhere we can get?
you can go to sheenaaaron.com or you can go on Amazon and just type in Sheena Aaron and my books will come up.
Oh, she got the website.
Yeah, the first one that will pop up will be the 90-day shift. And it's a comprehensive program that will change your mind, body, and self image in 90 days. It incorporates a little bit of working out, a lot of self concept development, self awareness development, and a bit of motivation along the way.
What? Oh no, I got to get that. I think I'm
Yeah,
going to grab that right away, and
and
I'm
it's self guided. So
have you back on the show and talk about it. I can tell
awesome.
everybody if it works, and
Yeah.
I'm always, you'll be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, what happens. Now, this show is committed to. I don't know if Dream told you. I believe he would, but we really love the emerging artists, right? And we definitely believe in the do it yourself Matrix should be like your number one go to, because this is really a particular time in, I think, all of entertainment, and I'm painting with a brush here, when it comes to doing it yourself. I mean, everything is affordable. You know what I'm saying? Everything is almost digital. I should say everything, but a lot of things are digital. And, things that I couldn't do, like early on in my career, I couldn't even think about, doing because access to, for example, cameras,
Right.
access to professional gear, editing
For real.
software. It wasn't. I mean, I remember with Randy Nkanoki, who used to work at Sleeping Bag. Sleeping Bag was this legendary label. We had Nice and Smooth EPMD. I remember we had to edit with tape. That's right, with literally tape, and we had to cut the tape with a razor blade and
Oof.
stitch it together, and stitch songs together and records, and do rearranging. Remixing was done the old-fashioned hard way.
Oh
So
my God.
so since this show is
The Stone
dedicated,
Ages.
yes, I'm revealing my age and stuff like
Did
that.
did you guys have to like rub rocks together to start a fire?
Something like that. Or to stay warm, we had to do things like that. But but the reality is, I love the fact that you were able to take something that most people would probably say, and I'm quite sure people have told you, "Oh, you can't be a model. You have to be a certain. No, you can't. What you can't do." What, in terms of your experience, influenced your what's that I can attitude?
Really, it's just running into an obstacle and developing a way to get over that. I started at the point where I was working with a lot of photographers doing test shoots, and when runway would come up, they'd say, "Okay, well, you don't fit this mold." So I had to actually break into that just by pushing. But in terms of getting into shooting, led me into a lot of like networking opportunities that ended up getting me into a couple of runway shows. So it helps to like build relationships and connections with people who already have the foundation built, where it won't necessarily matter the doors that used to stand in our way.
Oh, okay. What can I do one more quick one, Dream? Because I know I was supposed to, but I mean, because I want to go
Okay.
into the
Go
writing
ahead. Go ahead.
because she's not only a model, she's also an author, which I'm going to get the book. But what themes do you explore in your writing, and why? I know you said health, but do you have is there something synonymous in your writing that people can pick up right away about you?
It's really the main theme is mindset motivation. I have a guidebook to the yellow pill, which is my philosophy to focus on self.
The
So
yellow pill.
the yellow
I
pill,
like
yeah,
that. I like that.
yellow pill
Oh,
is
this is a
like
new one in the Matrix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can start a whole network, the Yellow Pill Network. I like that. Yeah.
it's like a taste of sunshine, because when you focus on self, everything else develops from there. So I focus on self awareness and self
Mm.
development in my work.
Mm.
So it's more mindset work.
Mm.
Patent pending.
You hear this party, people? Come on. I like that.
Patent pending. Patent pending.
It's self
Now,
become self-centered in a good way, because it helps all of our relationships over like with anybody you deal with. Focusing on the self and how you're affected by each interaction helps build out.
man, I gotta get these books.
Yeah.
I gotta get these books. Hold on.
Sonny Sutherland here. I'd like to ask the question, guys.
Whoa, 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 whoa! It's not the lightning hour yet.
That's right.
Yeah, I know.
You got to wait to the Q&A. He can't
Gotta
wait to
wait for the
jump in.
Q&A, man.
Okay,
We got,
Sheena, how are you?
we're gonna open up the microphones for the Q&A and for everybody. We want
Okay,
to
I'll save my question.
thank you so much. But listen, do your experiences as a model influence your writing, or your writing influences your modeling?
I would say my experiences as a model influence my writing. It gives me more of an in-depth perspective, and a lot of the things that young ladies go through. Once I joined Creative Model Connections, which is a network of models that gets me work in the commercial field and out,
Mm.
I realized that amongst competition, and a lot of the women that are involved in the modeling industry are focused on self, but not with an open heart. So I get to see how difficult it is to be an individual, motivating yourself and making it in an industry where it's all based on exterior, and how
Mm.
to implement the interior into every interaction. Some people need a lot of development in that area, and others are just building on what they have.
That's right. You gotta start where you are, use what you have, and know that you are good enough. Who said this? Who said
That's right.
this?
That's right. That's right.
Now, I'm gonna switch gears on you, because listen, for those who don't know, Sheena be putting that shit on. All right, she's really a stylish individual, and throughout fashion, that has its highs, and it's definitely had its lows. Especially you starting around 2010, that was kind of dark ages of fashion for a minute.
Right.
Now, what would you say is the most embarrassing fashion trend you've ever followed?
Oh gosh, that's a tough one. I would say, gosh, that's
I know
oh,
there's a lot. There's a lot.
Gauchos was pretty bad, and I know that they made a comeback, but yeah, Gauchos was bad.
What?
Gauchos.
Gauchos. Oh my God. You have any pictures to prove this?
I have some right now. I'm sure.
We gonna put it on blast. No, we're not gonna do that to you.
Mm-hmm. But I have
Now,
different styles, you know. I still wear bell bottoms a lot, you know. Like I can go with a little niche styling.
they came back. They came back.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
good.
Mm.
You're
Now,
good.
okay, so all right. How do you see the landscape shifting for Black women in fashion?
Well, I would say as our as we grow as a collective and see ourselves belonging in those spaces and kind of push ourselves through, because there's kind of like a block up where if you don't feel the warmth that we get from our own community, you back up. So I've just decided to push through the door regardless of how it feels, to make room in those spaces. Being short, being curvy on the bottom, there's a lot of spaces where they don't see it as a standard of beauty, but it's enforcing and I feel like if we do that as a collective, we can build
Those
that as a big standard.
those are definitely European.
As a yeah, seen as just as beautiful.
Yeah, that's European spaces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, nowhere black.
No, no. It's
now, now, personal question. Like, is
mm-hmm.
there any like quirky habit that you have your friends find amusing?
I can listen to the same song 100 times. I have a lot of like quirky habits. I can't really think of anything offhand, but yeah, I'm pretty much repetitive. I'm terrified of uh
Oh, she's terrified of change.
there's things like that. So I have like a lot of quirky things that make me, procrastinate and things like
Mm.
yeah.
And since you mentioned music, what's
Mm-hmm.
your go-to karaoke song?
Honestly, I'm not a person that would do karaoke, but if I had to pick, I would.
What song?
Rihanna is I would say Diamonds by Rihanna. It's a favorite.
Mm. Mm.
I
Mm-hmm.
see that. I see that. Let's get a sneak peek right here,
No,
live.
I
Well,
wish I wish I could sing.
she, Sheena, I'm looking at some pictures. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
who are your like style icons? Who you know?
Well, I would say looking up and growing up, it would definitely be a Cindy Crawford or Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks, just the general leaders in the industry at the time when I was coming up. But I've seen it change to see more of like pop icons become, a lot of the fashion leaders. So right now, I would say like that's where I started. Would be like your Naomi Campbell's, your Tyra Banks, and just looking at their style of modeling overall.
Right. Okay. All right. And let's say if your life was a book title, um, what would it be?
It would be let's see how good it can get.
Oh, oh, whoa! I like that. I'm
Ooh,
buying that.
okay. Okay,
I'll
this
buy
is
that one.
definitely a glass half full type of person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
Let's see how
let me
good.
see. Let me see. Another curveball, like throw at you. You could have dinner with any three people dead or alive. Like, who would that be? What would y'all even talk about?
Besides Dream.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
besides me. Besides, ooh, alley oop. Hey.
okay, well, we have two seats taken by both of you, but I would say we can go with
Choose another three people.
okay.
We're obviously there.
I would say I'm gonna set Rihanna at the table, Oprah Winfrey, and Tony Robbins.
Mm, okay. And what do you want to talk to Oprah Winfrey, Tony Robbins about?
Mostly about branding. I saw Tony Robbins in person at an event, and it was essentially as life changing as seeing Beyonce. I've also seen her as well. So I would say just the powerful energy and the branding. I'm the Oprah's branding and how she built up from her talk show on, and Rihanna really in going and becoming a billionaire through Fenty. Beauty.
Right.
Mm.
We do. You only want to talk to Rihanna. Like, hey, let me get that Fenty commercial.
Right. Just the lingerie. Like I love like her lingerie brand and how that's going. So
All right. Well, folks. Believe it or not, I'm shocked. We got to take the first half break. Half the program's already done. See, time moves by fast when you're having a good time. But
Yeah.
when we come back, right, we're gonna ask, or I'm gonna ask, one of her beauty or wellness rituals that she swears by. So get your pen and pads out and get ready to take some notes because she's definitely knowledgeable, intelligent, and beautiful, all wrapped up in one. And we're gonna find out what she does so that hopefully some of that what do you call that? That shine can, I don't know, pop off and jump on us, right? And we'll start doing things better right after this break. And then also we're gonna open the mics. Sonny, you can get your questions ready. I know Lydia may have some questions. I know maybe Jacqueline or one of the Banner sisters will have questions. Hey guys, get your questions all polished up. You can put it in the chat or you can come off mic and you can ask Sheena some questions and find out how she does what it is that she do so well. All right, we'll be right back, folks. Keep it right here on the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy, and it's the place to be, party people. You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Hi, I'm Shawnee, and whenever I want to listen to something profound and I'm having a moment, I go to GoPro Radio, the fastest growing network in the galaxy.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a great opportunity. If you have an event, product, business, talent, and or something important to say, now is your chance. You can have your very own radio show. Whether you're just starting out or a veteran looking for a professional platform to enhance your presentation and following, the GoPro Radio Network is the premier place to cultivate and share new and exciting content. We can help you grow your audience and keep it growing long after your first broadcast. Now you have a voice. Call 646-415-0990 or go to www.goproradio.com. That's www.goproradio.com. You'll be amazed at how easy and affordable it is to have your own professional radio show on the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
The views and opinions expressed on GoPro Radio Network shows are solely those of the speakers and are not necessarily the views or opinions of GoPro Radio Network Inc. or its affiliates. These broadcasts are provided on the understanding that they do not constitute professional advice or services. Individuals who speak on these broadcasts express their own opinions, experiences, and conclusions. GoPro Radio Networks and its affiliates do not necessarily endorse or oppose any particular opinion or conclusion discussed in these broadcasts. You may not edit or modify or redistribute these broadcasts in any way without the express permission from GoPro Radio, LLC. GoPro Radio assumes no liability for any of your activities in connection with our broadcasts or for your use of these broadcasts in connection with your website, computer, smartphone, tablet, iPad, or future listening devices. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Potential. Everyone's got potential, right? But it will remain just that unless you act on it. You've got to do something new.
You got this.
To get somewhere new.
Let me see. Let me see. Have a look.
Is it scary?
Be fine.
Sure, but potential never fades. It simply waits for the day you use it. So go on, make that one day today.
Whether you're growing your business,
Okay, can we take our seats, please?
switching careers, or just starting out, it all starts with skills. Search Skills for Life.
word from the official sponsor of Black Empowerment, Power Tools. There's no telling when something's going to come up, so make sure you carry your power tools at all times. You never know when you're going to need to bring the hammer down, or when you'll have some trash that needs to be blown away, or some obstacle that requires cutting down. Don't get caught empty-handed. Keep your hammer close by. Keep that leaf blower at the ready. And always carry your steel. Power tools. Because no matter what your day job or side hustle may be, there's no excuse for not being ready to put in some work.
My name is Terrell Martin. I'm a New York City union carpenter. A lot of people who were born here can't afford it. At my old job, like most regular non-union jobs, all of your benefits are coming out of your check. As a union carpenter, I get to keep what I make and my employer pays my benefits. If there's more union jobs in the city, there's more people getting paid to live where they work. Good jobs are essential to an affordable New York.
All right. We are back. And folks, you are tuned in to GoPro Radio's very own Tantrum Artist Management Show. This is a place for emerging artists, and we have a fantastic artist, author, model, just all around great person right here in studio with us. And wow, you know what, really, it's like time is like moving so fast. So let's get, right into it. Before, I left, I wanted to know what's one beauty or wellness ritual that you swear by, you go by, you say, this is the one thing that works for you?
Nature's Botox would be Jamaican black castor oil. As I making sure that I, keep the wrinkles to a minimum. So I would say Jamaican black castor oil.
Wait, are you Caribbean?
No, I'm not.
Oh, she just Southern girl. Okay. Jamaican black castor oil.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. I would have never thought.
That's one thing I swear by. It's like a little bit in your 11s, and it'll keep your skin smooth and vibrant and plump.
Okay. All right, folks. Well,
okay. Now, question, because you mentioned, with your modeling career, being on a lot of shoots with different photographers. Now, has there ever been time, let's say with a fellow model or just a fan, like it's the most unexpected compliment you've ever gotten?
Gosh, that's a tough one.
I was gonna say weird, but let's okay. Say unexpected.
The best compliment I've gotten would be based on my energy. Like sharing a space with my energy was a pleasure. I really enjoyed that compliment.
Okay.
That's the one I've gotten, yeah.
Now, was that expected or unexpected?
I wasn't expecting that, because you're usually getting compliments on like your clothing, your hair, your shape, anything like that. So yeah, that was different. Different.
She's definitely a vibe, I can tell you. Walking, talking. All right. So, folks, by the way, if you want to join in on the Q&A segment, you can. Our chat is open. Folks who are tuned in on Facebook, I encourage you to just go to GoProRadio.com and click the Join Live button. It's that super fast and easy and safe to just go ahead and click that button and join us in the room. And you can say hello to Sheena. You can say hello to Dream, myself, and all these wonderful people here in the VIP room. We got it going on in this VIP room. I'm telling you, it's absolutely beautiful, just like today was where we are here in New York City. All right, so this is time for the Q&A. So, Sonny, he had a question. I know he has a question. And, folks, you can get off mic. The mics are now Okay, make sure. Yeah, so yeah, you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question, or you get those fingers do the working and start asking some questions. Oh, questions are coming in already. That's great.
Hold on. We
Wonderful,
got
wonderful.
Kathleen Blanco. Hey.
Mhm.
Okay, so Kathleen, she's saying, is the perception of fashion and modeling world as brutal as is depicted on TV shows? I'm guessing she saw the Tyra Banks show.
It is pretty brutal, honestly. Like if you're battling insecurities, I would say it's best to jump in head first and take constructive criticism because it's all subjective. We're all beautiful because we're beautifully made as individuals, but a lot of times it can be a little crushing getting feedback, extreme feedback about what's wrong with you, whether it be cellulite, your height, anything like that. So yeah, it's something that can be a little bit soul crushing if you take criticism hard. Yeah.
Oh man, she really is a life coach. Okay, and we got Jacqueline Banner saying, "What's next for you and your magic?"
I would say I definitely want to get into creating a full out program, a transformational program that just builds everyone's mind, body, and self image because they all work in tandem to make you a complete person. So I think that that's where the focus is going to go. I love highlighting the modeling portion because it's something that feeds my spirit, and I just love expressing myself through the camera lens. But I definitely want to build the book side.
Okay.
Wow, wow. And Amanda says you look amazing.
Thank you.
What agency do you use to get work?
Okay, I would say for promotional work, I do hype models. I'm a promotional model for Harley Davidson, so I'm contracted to work with them
Mm.
in my city. But other than that, I use Creative Model Connections, and that's gotten me deals with Continental Tires. I'm in general commercial ads for them, and just anything that I see, I will apply for.
Oh, these are some good questions, boy. Soon
Okay,
they're not going
okay.
to need us. We'll just
He
we'll
dropping
just say
gems.
hello. This is the Tantrum Arts Management Show. You guys just go ahead and ask the questions. These are some great questions. Really, really good. Sonny, I thought he had a question. He's
Yes, I do. I'm still here. I was
all right.
waiting for my turn. Once again, welcome, Sheena,
Thank you, Sunny.
to the program. My first question is, have you ever been to a Diddy party?
I wasn't fortunate enough to get the tea on that one,
Oh no.
but
Or maybe you were fortunate enough to not get it.
Yeah, okay. And my second question is, how did you deal with all the sexism that is in the business as a female?
well, I would say I actually was a certified independent auto dealer. That's a rare known fact. So I did work in predominantly male dominated fields when I entered the automotive industry. So I was used to being, you know,
Accosted by a chauvinist, right?
yeah, I'm being seen as, just a woman. So I understand like you have to assert yourself in certain areas and allow people to see what you really can do through your work versus just trying to fight the gender war in person.
Okay, so now the young artists that are coming up and young models and fashion enthusiasts, what kind of advice would you give them to deal with chauvinism?
I would say honestly, think safety first. Think about how much that you can take. And I would say vet well. Just vet who you can deal with and who you should deal with based on other models in your area. Or I would say working through an agency definitely would help young models because they will vet for you.
Oh, okay. Will they protect their clients?
I would say that it is a trial and error, but depending on your age, um, I would say that would be more of a guidance question. But in terms of it really is about protecting yourself. So if we're talking about 18 and over, I would say when you get into it, most of the people that you're going to deal with are going to be male photographers. So you're going to come from a perspective of chauvinism, honestly. So it's just building that armor for yourself and what you can and can't take. I would say creating extreme boundaries is important too, just depending on your style of modeling. But you are gonna just battle that. That's just something that comes with the job.
Right. So how would a female protect herself against a lusting photographer or a lusting client or
Or a
potential?
lusting old man. I'm just.
You would battle in anybody that would approach you on the street. I would say in protecting yourself, you would carry mace with you, just like in any situations. Bring a partner with you to shoot with. I've gotten to the point where I don't bring partners with me always, but if you have a model partner, somebody that can attend to shoot with you,
Oh,
that
yeah, that sounds like an excellent idea. I like that.
yeah,
Very good, Sheena. And what's the name of your book again?
the 90-day shift.
Okay, you say it's on
You're
Amazon?
supposed to say which one.
Amazon.com, yes.
How much is it going for? How much are all of them going for?
They range from free on Kindle, because a lot of them are available for downloads. Like my journal is available. You can download it for free on Kindle, and it ranges all the way up to $12.99.
Free.
All right, can I
She's
squeeze
making it
in
super
another?
affordable for the people.
Can I squeeze in another question, Dream and Talon?
Sure, go ahead. Yeah.
I forgot it.
Okay.
but keep
Don't
doing
worry.
what you're doing,
He's
Sheena.
been in 5 comas, so it'll come back to him, and we'll be here, right? Sonny, you've been in 5 comas, so he'll remember it. It'll come back. Now, I wanted to. His question sparked another question. Like, how do you feel the fashion industry is like handling issues like racial equity and body positivity today?
I think the industry is doing a good job, because there has been a push of inclusivity. When you have like a lot of people coming in that fill those voids, whereas a lot of people that were certain sizes, certain races, certain genders didn't feel that they could be representative, when everybody's pushing the door. So I think now it's just becoming more diverse because more people see themselves as worthy. And I think
That's interesting. That brings me to another question.
Mhm.
Do
Yeah.
the real females feel some kind of competition by the wannabe females, transgender or
Oh
whatever they
God.
call
Oh
them?
God. Oh God.
Oh,
You're getting us canceled.
no, no, I don't. I think there's a lane.
Free speech, Dream. Free speech.
Yeah, I think there's a lane for everyone. So if you have a gender fluid lane, or whatever you classify yourself as,
She's media trained.
whatever you classify yourself as, you are a representation of that. So regardless of whether you're male, female, or see yourself as both.
So there's no real competition. The real females don't feel that they're competing with the transgender type of female.
Oh, he went there.
On in the field, because I haven't modeled with anyone that I've known to be transgender, so I can't speak on that. But I
Well,
think,
you're in the South.
yeah, in runway, in more of the cityscape, I'm sure that would be something that would drum up some controversy and competition. But it's also something that you can consider as part of the gender wars.
Oh, you're ready for prime time.
Oh, she
Thank you.
absolutely is. Sheena is on fire. I mean, she is doing it up. By the way, folks, if you want to reach out to her, you get what's that? Sheena Aaron at Styles by Sheena. She's a model, a motivator. The book is called The 90-Day Shift, and it's on Amazon and Kindle. And now there are other books. Can you tell us the other titles of the other books?
Yes, I actually have You Are Enough, period, which is a collection of quotes that are meant to transform and inspire you. There's a lot to name, but also I would say get the Guide to the Yellow Pill, which will give you a look at my. Yeah.
There it goes
What?
again. That yellow pill.
What's next? What's next for Sheena? Like, it's gonna be an action figure. We're gonna see you in a movie. Because this is incredible.
That's a good idea, but I currently work for as a life coach with Aaron Counseling and Consulting. So I work in tandem with therapists to try to work. They address the past and I address the future. and I've been taking clients under that. So I hope to build that out as well.
Yeah, it's one of her quotes is, "If your mind's been messy, this book is the reset you didn't know you needed." And so let's go ahead and let's support. Let's grab the books. Are you working on another book, and is that something that's coming up real soon?
Yeah, within the next 3 months, I hope to come up with another collection of quotes, because I think that giving people a gut punch in short ways, like on TikTok, for example, helps people to get a message quick. So I'm looking to serve with shorter messaging.
Wow. Well, we still have some comments we want to read. Lydia Percy, she's also a poet, a phenomenal poet, and she fuses poetry in her program, which comes on in just a few moments. And but she writes beautiful representation, Sheena, and that's from the matriarch. That's from, I guess, the Empress of GoPro Radio, and
Oh, Lydia.
she says wholly invested in your overall wellness, and she enjoyed the conversation. Amanda says you shine. She says Sheena shines, and brava. That's Lydia again, folks. Also, it's not too late if you want to join real quick before we wrap things up. I want to also remind everybody that tomorrow we have a very, very important show. I don't know if you guys remember Larry Ham. He's with the People's Organization for Progress, and he's running for office. He's going to be on the Colored Only Cafe tomorrow. Him and John Cheeks. Now, John Cheeks has a very controversial story. Some of you might have heard it, but he's going to give us the
I think
update.
it starts with his last name.
Yeah, right, Mr. Cheeks, right? Yeah, no, but this is a story I remember reading. I never knew how it was resolved, or if it was. So I'm really interested in what he has to say tomorrow. He won the lotto for $34 million. Did you hear that? $34 million, right? Millionaire, right? And guess what they told him? It's a typo. Oops, my bad. Will you take $1 million? And so so that's all I remember about it. So, but besides that, the whole lotto stuff, he's an activist. He's a politician himself. He's doing a lot of work in the Washington D.C. area. He will be on the program tomorrow. So set your dial, your virtual dial, to GoProRadio.com tomorrow between 9 and 11 for the Colored Only Cafe, where the conversation is always hot, black, and strong. There with Dr. Ron Christopher Osborne Williams. Shout out to Dr. Ron Christopher Osborne Williams. He has a fatherhood program that he runs. It's phenomenal. And, of course, Tylon, You Savior Washington will be there. And the show is called The Colored Only Cafe. All right? Make sure you join us tomorrow, 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, and meet John Cheeks, as well as the president of the People's Organization for Progress, Mr. Larry Ham, who's running for, I think, a Senate seat. And we know how important these elections are now. If you don't know, you know now. So especially the smaller local elections are extremely important. So let's hear what he has to say, what he has to offer. And anyway, I invite you all in on that tomorrow. All right. So any parting words?
We got one final question. Question.
Well, then I have one final question.
Oh, you know what? You go, Sonny. You go.
Sheena, how did you deal with your male counterparts in the fashion industry? How did you? Did you relate to them? Was there any contact in terms of relationship, understanding, camaraderie? Were the male models, were they fascist? Were they sexist? Did they pose any threat to you and your journey to your goals?
I haven't encountered anything difficult. There's been a few sketchy situations, but honestly, every interaction is an individual opportunity. So I haven't encountered anything that I would say, was newsworthy, but I've had interesting encounters with a lot of people in the industry, male and female.
Ooh, tell us the interesting part.
It's really about building relationships, seeing where you fit, where you don't fit, who's beneficial for you, who's worth your energy, who's not. And I think that's, since I've had
Yeah, it sounds like that everybody has this certain sense of not burning any bridges behind them.
Right.
And the thing is to move ahead or something like that, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't paint everybody with a broad brush, but I would say that in the industry you can get a certain feel for people. There is a slight, a slight bit of vanity that comes along with it, so you can expect those metrics. But other than that, it is an individual basis, just like any other position.
Now I got one more, and this is personal.
Sure.
Did you come across someone that you were attracted to
In my
in the business? In
No.
the business.
Besides Dream.
in the business, it has been strictly professional, just as any other thing. Yeah,
Is it hard keeping it professional?
not for me. There's
Oh,
for me. Yeah,
but I can imagine you were hit on a lot.
that happens quite a bit. I think that's also part of the job, whether it's
Oh, really?
yeah,
Wow. Okay.
Oh, she's beautiful.
emotional side because you're in the general public.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
thank you again, Tylon, for the alley oop. Now, last question before we close everything out. Just like as a person who's juggling all these hats, what advice would you give to another independent artist in your lane, like how you maintain balance and avoid burning out?
I would say follow the feeling. Doing what you feel is best for you is most important on a day-to-day basis. So one day you might feel like you need to keep your calendar chock full of things to accomplish your goals, and another day you might feel like you can't. But making a to-do list that can run the course of a week I would say, follow the feelings based on how you're feeling day to day.
All right, guys. Man, you have heard it here. You heard from Sheena Aaron. Folks, if you don't know who she is, definitely, you got to go figure this thing out called life. She is really a phenomenal individual. I can tell. I can't wait to actually meet her in person. I feel like that's going to happen really soon. We have a lot of different events coming up, so I'm looking forward to bumping into Sheena Aaron. She is an author, and I love that about you. I like that you use your life experience so that others might find their way, and you are truly a light. And I'm so glad that Dream had you come on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity. It was awesome.
No, come back, please. I mean, the answer is always yes.
Awesome.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, folks.
With the
So,
next book.
yeah. Unless anybody, okay. Okay, we got a couple of more comments. Oh, that's just LOL. Absolutely, 100%.
No, I just
And
wanted
by
to
the way,
say to Sheena,
mhm.
I just wanted to say that you are totally grounded mentally. I love that. I mean, I feel that with everything you've said, you articulated perfectly. That's all I wanted to say to you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you, Dream
you.
and Sheena.
Thank you.
No problem.
Inside line.
Wait, and Tylon.
Yeah, it's too late. It's too late. It's too much time passed. I feel like that YouTube Walona. That's like an inside. You guys remember Good Time, right?
Good times, yes.
Say, hey, man. Oh, by the way, you too, Walona, just so she wouldn't feel left out. All right, folks. Well, thank you so much for tuning in for the tune-up, for the weekly tune-up. Don't forget to join us next week. Who do we have lined up, a Dream, for next week?
Oh, man. It's a special guest, brother.
Oh,
Special guest.
Oh, yeah. We're chock full of guests all this week, and this is a very special week. A couple more days will be my birthday, and so we're going to have a very special I Ain't Having It program. Hopefully everybody can join in, and that's going to be really interesting and nice. And don't forget, Lydia is up next. You don't want to miss it. I promise you. You don't want to miss her program. It's really well worth your time. So keep it here, folks, for Lydia's Lyrical Lounge. And it starts at 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Terrific music. Great poetry. And I just love the way she just lines up, all the tracks. You don't get that today. I was in Uber today coming from Grand Central Station to Brooklyn, and the guy had music playing, but they don't talk about the music anymore. You don't know who's doing what. You have no idea. Like, and I heard a couple of songs that I was like, man, I was trying to get my phone so that I could Shazam it. I guess that's that app where you just press it and you can find out like what song is playing. And by the time I got my phone out my bag and all this other kind of stuff, the song was gone. But what I like is that she really tells you about the music, about the artist, what was going on, and she paints a wonderful picture that goes along with the music. So that's very rare. And that's a real gift. Okay, so they're pumping up the music, guys. I guess I got to get ready to get out of here. Remember, in the immortal words of Melvin Van Peebles, my mentor, start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can, and know that you are enough. All right, I'm out for now.
And I'm super bad. Now I got a move that tells me what to do. Sometimes I cheat. Now I got a move that tells me what to do. Sometimes I feel so nice, I want to try myself a few. I got a move, and I'm super bad.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Hi, I'm Shawnee, and whenever I want to listen to something profound and I'm having a moment, I go to GoPro Radio, the fastest growing network in the galaxy.